Alright, I'm on hole number 16 of the City of Light tournament. I'm in the weekend round of the rookie division. This is hole number 7 of Parc de Paris. And okay, alright, let's go through our options. Option number 1, you can lay up. I'm not a fan because you're dealing with these trees and you're going to have to come around it. But you can lay up. I've seen people try and do the bounce over from here where they're bouncing over. 99 times out of 100, if you're here and you're bouncing over, you're going to end up behind those trees. And even if you eke by like this, you need to be, you can see where these trees are. These trees are, the closer you are, it's difficult to try and get a straight shot and at the very end have any kind of right hand curl. That's just not how it works. So that's shot number 1. Shot number 2 is you can come out here. I'm seeing a lot of people do that, but I don't think even if you were right up against the rough up there, you can clear the trees. You're going to have to put a little bit on it in order to get around the trees. So while this is a viable shot and this is a viable shot, the deal is that you're putting these trees into play and you're not setting yourself up for the second shot. The other way you can go at it is you can come out here, and in this tournament the wind's blowing in this way. It's blowing along this rough line. You can come out here and do the bounce over. It's best if you bring a 2 or 3 power ball and you've got a club that's got some curl and you got a ball that's got some side spin. So either a Titan, where you've got the distance, or a Kingmaker or a Katana, and trying to get over. The other way you can do it is that you can, and you'll have to work this out with your clubs, but I'll give you the starting point. Put your ball guide right on that light. If you've got lower developed stuff like a level 6 extra mile, you're going to put half your white ring on the rough and half your white ring in the fairway. And you can do a max overpower hook shot with a Marlin ball, and you can end up out here. Now you may not quite catch it all and be in the shadows and you have to wrap it around, but you have a pretty decent shot of getting out here with and just being in your short iron or wedge range. What I'm doing is I'm trying to land in this area and trying to get on and one. Now here's what I found. It takes a 4 power ball, because the wind's blowing this way, so we're not getting any help from the wind. The wind's pushing me out into this area. So I'm trying to set up here, so I'm about, like there's the center of my bullseye. Here's my orange or my yellow ring, and then in my orange ring I got about half of it in the fairway and about half of it in the rough. And then I'm letting the wind push me out into this area right here. And I'm putting on max curl to try and bring my ball. Now yesterday in my main account, I was on the green and won twice and missed the putt. It's almost an impossible putt to make. And I went over the cup, but you can't take the distance out in order to get to the cup, and it had too much power and it just bounced right out of the cup. And so what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to actually land here in front. So I'm only going to put on about half topspin and see if I can stay in front, or if I get on the green, be down here low on the green so that I'm on the flat part of the green. So we're going to take what I really wish I had was a 3 side spin 4 power ball, and I don't. So I'm going to have to use this one here, which is basically a Titan with 4 power instead of 3. I'm going to take my extra mile. And if I can catch this perfect or even great to the right, I got a shot. Going through the first time I hit it good to the left and ended up in the trees. I had a little teeny bit of a shot to get on, but not really, but I did have a shot to get on. And as sad as this may sound, I was in the trees with a very difficult shot to try and get on, had to use some curl, and that shot was easier than the putt. The putt blows. Okay, max. I'm going to put just a little bit of topspin on it. Okay, we got the biggest one we've had all week, so 4-2, that's 2 rings. Hit it great to the left, about 1 ring. And that'll put me right in the sand. That's the thing, is I don't know that a 3 side spin ball would be much better there. And I'm not sure that my chances of getting the best shot that you have is to lay up out here and go at it with your wedge or your short iron. But I've been working this shot all week because because if we can figure this shot out, figure out what ball combination and what topspin combination to get out there in front, it's almost a gimme. They won't have too bad a shot from there. I mean, they're going to have to wrap it around those trees, but they won't have too bad a shot. Let's see where I'm at here. What does that look like for the trees? Boy, that's going to be a dangerous shot. I'm going to move it out just a little bit more. The goal there is just to get up on the green. Let's take our lumps. So if you're down here on the bottom of the green, it's a pretty straightforward putt. You can see how far, it doesn't look like it when you're looking at the overview of this hole, but if you're on the up here on the top pad of this green, there is a massive hill. And so in order to get the ball to go towards the cup, you gotta pull it to the right in order to account for the slope. You can see how far it drops down right there for my opponent. It's a very difficult putt. You want to be low on this. You draw a line from about right here, right through the cup, all the way to the other side, and you want to be on the bottom side of that, so you have a flat putt. If you're anywhere up on the top part, you have a very difficult putt. Isn't it perfect? And you can see how much I had to move the ball right there just to get it, and I was that close. And I was on the flat. You almost would be better off not being on the green so you don't have to take a putt. This is a wicked, wicked green. I've been on real holes that are just like this, where there's so much drop that you're hitting the ball to the left. You're trying to go out about 4 feet, and then it's going to drop down the hill and then move to the right, and it's like watching on TV where it looks like they're shooting off. It looks like they're going to do some max overpower hook shot, and the balls fall on the terrain. All right, I'll forfeit. All right, that was hole number 16 of the City of Light tournament in the weekend round of the Ricky Division. Thanks for watching. All right, so you can see where the 24s ended up. But we still have a ton of people left to play, and I think those 24s, by the time this is all said and done, there may be one 24 still in the top 10, maybe two, but probably just one. So whoever comes in as the top qualifier in the 24s has got might get a top 10. Let's see what our opponent has here for. They shot a 25, so they came in, and that was the third place person in this bracket came in with a 25, so they have a really good shot of holding on to that top spot at 24. But 24 is going to be there's going to be a lot of people at the 24. So I anticipate by the time this is done, there's probably going to be 5 or 6 more people at 24 and a couple people up above. So getting the minimum score is the goal. That'll get you good finishes, and then trying to pick up one here or there is going to secure top 10s for you. All right, that was hole number 16 of the City of Light tournament in the weekend round of the Ricky Division. Thanks for watching.